What kind of cheap one-night stand do you think I am? I'm not getting naked for great value ice cream. I have to keep checking because it's sketchy as all hell here. This park is sandwiched between two mobile home parks. Now there's nothing inherently wrong with mobile home park except that anytime people grow roots is when bad shit starts to happen. So anytime I leave the van, some dude in a truck stops and tries to chit chat. So I've got all of my laundry, it's stacked up. It's probably gonna take me forever to do, but I'm hopefully going to go drop it off without incident and then come back to my little picnic table, do some work and not be bothered, but we'll see. So let me show you the bathrooms, the laundry, and then we'll talk about the bed and bed layout and all that, all right? Well, these are the super luxurious, super dirty laundry accommodations, and this was 40 to 50 bucks a night. Luckily I had a coupon, but not all of them are like this. But ladies, buckle up because your shiplapped laundry room days are over. Now in a van conversion, we are always concerned about weight, how much does everything weigh? So as much as I think these are a complete waste, Tide Pods, they do lessen the load in the car. And as a millennial, I guess I should be chewing on these. You know, when people started eating these Tide Pods, everyone got so upset and they wanted regulations. I was encouraging it. I thin the herd. Natural selection is a beautiful thing. If you suck on one of these, maybe you deserve to not be here anymore. Anyway, they're concentrated, they're squishy, and they are just a little bit less weight than carrying, you know, a big bottle. And then again, to reduce weight in the van, I have bleach tablets, and I want to bleach my whole body after standing in here. And then I also got these, which I think these are ridiculous and expensive. It's just a smelly thing. But let me tell you what, you live in a van long enough, and I haven't even been doing it that long. Get all the smelly things. Buy all the smelly things. You will thank me later. Let's do this and get out of here because I think someone in this park will legitimately try to wear my skin, and I just feel nasty being in here. Blah. That was disgusting. Now that I've sanitized, just about, you know, it's just irritating because some RV parks really put a lot of effort into their spaces, and this place clearly doesn't give a damn and is charging more than most. Anyway, let's talk about bed layout, and I have a new fuzzy thing over my microphone because the little tiny ones keep falling off, so just ignore that. Anyway, so I put in a full bed. I did not go for a queen because it was unnecessary, and I felt like a full is maybe 2 to 3 inches shorter than that. This is fine. A twin, if you are doing this by yourself, you are a solo traveler, I would not offer a twin because a twin makes you feel like you are back in camp. I have slept on twins, and if you are used to sleeping on a queen, when you move into a van, you are not magically going to want to sleep on a twin bed. You can't roll over. It's not comfy. So I've bragged at length about my mattress, but in general, let's just talk about kind of the layout. I put the bed to the back. I'm glad I did that for a multitude of different reasons. And then I don't have a ton of headroom here, but as it turns out, I do not sleep sitting up, so it doesn't matter. The only time this is an issue, and I've talked about this before, but I do this thing when I want to like wrap the covers around myself, and I end up punching the ceiling, and I think one of them came a little loose because I just throat punched the ceiling. This is the thing I really want to talk about. A lot of these van channels will put 2 twin beds this way so they can sleep longwise, and then they shoot these really sexy YouTube videos of how in the morning they like break down the bed and then flip this thing over and it turns into a table and couches, and I'm watching those and I'm thinking, cool video, probably doesn't happen at all ever. I just don't believe it. I'd have to see it with my own 2 eyes in order to believe that you actually make and break down your bed every single day. I do not believe that. At home, I am militant about making my bed. Like, I have hospital corners. It gets folded over the sheets like a hotel. Wrinkly pillowcases are not a thing in my world. They're pointed. I put the chop down the middle. I mean, it is perfect. It looks like a hotel. Here, it looks like a 3-year-old sleeps in this bed because it is such a pain in the ass making your bed. There it is. It sucks making the bed. So I don't believe that people are making the bed and then breaking it down and turning it into a couch and turning it. I think what happens is they do it a couple times and then they give up and they eat in the bed and work in the bed and everything else. And what those pictures don't show you is where all the pillows and blankets and sheets, after you break it down, if you put them in that storage area where the couch now is, then you've got no room for clothes, food, shelter dogs, water bowl. I mean, it just seems to me like it's great for videos and great for Instagram photos and completely impractical in real van life. Anyway, so this is working for me. I can almost stretch out completely. The mattress does curve up here because it doesn't fit entirely, but I end up sleeping at an angle anyway. That is one of the reasons I like the ProMaster so much, is because it's the widest. And like I've said several times, by the time you get into bed, you are so effing tired that you could probably sleep on a bed of nails and it would be fine. And I guess if I was doing the van thing right, like this would be where I did my morning yoga and pose for Instagram. I did put this little basket next to my bed, and I have a flashlight. I have things to kill people with. The only part that's a little bit problematic with the fact that I did build so high up is that it's almost like staring over the edge of the Grand Canyon. I gotta put those groceries away. There's my side ankle. But, you know, you've got this like precarious dive down, and that is where the foot pedal, microphone, the foot pedal that I installed, and then the truck fridge bench. I usually put my foot there, put my hand there, and then launch off to go use Les Shitter, which is over there in the middle of the night. And if you're watching this and thinking that that's like a lot of body involved, yeah, I would recommend having a very strong back and body if you're going to do van life, because you are moving around a lot, you are crouched down, you are twisting, turning to get everything. But ultimately, what I will say is at the end of the day, you get over all of it really quick, because you just want to come in here and go to bed and then get to your next adventure the next day. Well, the rest of that stay was not good. But I think we've all learned a lot, or at least I have, from staying in Shady RV Park and being the single lady around town. What I've learned about RV parks is that while hotels have standards and typically big companies overseeing them, Airbnbs have standards, VRBO, RV parks are like the wild, wild west of accommodations because they're typically independently run. And so if you got a problem, you can't go above the owner because that's it. The owner wasn't even there when I was there. And, as sketchy as it felt, the facilities, that's what ticked me off, because these parks, a lot of them don't have websites, or they're not good websites, and so they advertise online that they have all these amenities, and then sometimes you get there and they're phenomenal, and then other times it's like that one, oh, that was so bad. Everything was filthy. The shower head was falling off the wall, like I was afraid to move in the shower. The dumpster wasn't there. There was just a note to go walk somewhere in the trailer park, the long-term living, and go find it, which I'm not gonna walk with my garbage through a trailer park by myself. I'm just not. But the thing that ticked me off the most was the laundry room, because laundry is a huge part of being in a van. You've got to be very tactical about staging your laundry, and I needed to do it, and I confirmed with him that they had laundry. Practically all of the machines were broken. The dryers, the heating elements were busted, so you were essentially air drying your clothes. I was up so late doing laundry, and the only way you could dry your clothes was to just keep putting gobs and gobs of quarters in to air dry your clothes because there was no heat. And a woman came in from the trailer park side, and she was just throwing money into this thing. And it just grinded my gears because, I have some money saved up, and I have my amazing Patreon supporters and people who are buying the photos, so I have some resources to do what I'm doing. But I could just tell that, she was probably putting like $10 to air dry her clothes. And that might have been more than she makes in an hour. And it just pisses me off when I see people taking advantage of other people who are in poverty because it's their only option. Like, they know that there is not another park where she can go live. And so she's got to do this every week, throw all this money in machines that don't work because they won't fix them. And I was like, hard stop. We're done. So here's how I handled this. Now, I could have walked at this point, I was like category 5 New Jersey. Which, ask any of my exes, is not a place where you want to be. And I had made landfall. The eye was over this park. It was insane. And so I knew that I could go in and raise Cain, and maybe I could get my money back, or a portion of my money back, or at least my laundry money back. But I would not affect any kind of change. I would just get my money back and then leave, and then it's going to happen to the next RVer or van lifer who comes in there. And her world is not going to change because she's going to keep dumping money in that thing, and they're probably not going to fix it. So instead, I called Passport America. I have a membership to Passport America. I forget how much it is for the year. But what it does is, for parks who participate in Passport, you get 50% off whatever they charge a night. And that sounds amazing, but these RV parks are not cheap. They're like $35 to $50 a night, which, hello, at $50 for 30 more bucks, I could have 2 queen beds, a flat screen TV, my own bathroom, and a vending machine in the home, and possibly a continental breakfast. So it's expensive, and I've never been able to talk anyone into the fact that I'm only using a plug, so can I please have a better rate? They don't care. They're going to charge you what they charge the big rigs. So at least with Passport, you get 50% off the price. And there are some clauses in that. It's not every park, it's only the ones that they work with. But anyway, I had found this park through Passport. So I called Passport and told them what happened. And since I'm a photographer, I took photos of everything. And I sent it to them. And, I'm not going to get any money back. But that's fine, because what they did is they took all that, and now they will open up a case on that park and look into it, and if it doesn't meet their standards, then they will take them off the program. So now future RVers and future van lifers, and hopefully future people who need a place to live in a trailer park, can make better decisions. So I'm gonna get off of my rant box, but I don't like seeing people getting taken advantage of. That pisses me off. And I like dry laundry, damn it. Ladies, if you are a solo female traveler, just buckle up, because RV park is actually a Swahili word that, when translated back to its native tongue, means grassy land full of recently divorced men who lost the house and now live in a fifth wheel. When these boys figure out that you're by yourself, which doesn't take a rocket scientist, it's like vultures, like circling the van. Now, I will never fault a man for trying, but sometimes it's way over the top. It's when they approach the van or knock on the van that it's hard stop, like do not do that. It just gets to be a little bit too much. I mean, I had a guy who came up to me when he had already established that I was by myself, and he had a bag full of store brand ice cream cones in his hand, and he was like, hey, you want to have some ice cream and like make a bonfire at my trailer? No, first of all, man, offer me a Dove bar. I mean, what kind of cheap one night stand do you think I am? I'm not getting naked for great value ice cream. No, I deserve vanilla bean, not vanilla flavored. And I know that some of you think that I am just 8 shades of crazy for the fact that my toilet is a glorified bucket. But on a safety level, when you see that happening, when you're in a park or at a campground or in a parking lot, and people figure out that you're by yourself, it is just so much safer to be able to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night in your own car. I get that it's a bucket, but leaving your vehicle in the middle of the night and walking across a campground or across a parking lot is just, that is over the top for me, because you just become way too obvious. And I say this as a woman who has been mugged before. It landed me in the hospital. You do not see them coming. They see you well before you will ever see them. And when it happened to me, I was surrounded by people. It was a busy marketplace area, and everything was great in my world. And then the next thing I knew, my face was on the ground, and all I felt were legs in my side and fists and being dragged across the ground. And so I can't say this enough, that if you are going to do this by yourself, I get that there are plenty of channels where her hair is always perfect and everything is just an adventure of peace, hope, love, faith, whatever the fuck. And there's an element of reality that you have to take into consideration, that unless you're going to be in the middle of nowhere by yourself, if you're going to be in cities where you're not familiar, I can't say it enough, please put some thought into your own personal safety. Lesson learned, do your research on the park. Do not give them a dime until you've scoped it out fully and made sure that it's worth your money. And be extra careful, ladies, if you're by yourself. And if it's not a nice stay, say something, because this works out for everybody when everybody is kind of looking out for each other and keeping facilities and other van lifers and just everyone on check with their accountability. So now that I have totally freaked out the parking lot around me, who's staring at me wondering who I'm talking to, I'm gonna go get some editing done, and I'll see you all in the next video.